Okay, so we last met Tuesday in September. The date escapes me. Somewhere 20 something of September. We have a dairy fundraiser thing. So I can there's also a reading class that I believe is on November 4th. I didn't That's cool. Just so you know, I will take this offline as everybody. Are you guys gonna do the holiday, like craft decorating, how we always did, like we did beads and we everybody came and made a gift. If I've been like screenshotting a couple of ideas, cute little craft ideas that I saw, like, you know, for you or talk about like street lighting a bit, but Lisa. So, you know, if they're talking about maybe doing this or, you know. Well, I know they had trouble getting help last year too, so, yeah. I just been seeing like ideas thing on Facebook. I just like been screenshotting and like, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Offers. All right, so then we move on to the director's
Okay. Director's report. So, they're good. Jeff and Carol, who are our senior abatement staff, working out very well. They picked up some of the open shifts. As a result, our October calendar is complete. So that's good. I don't know if anybody remembers Sarah Hart as a former trustee in the early 2000s. She recently retired. She asked about the blues. I said, case study. The process is really hard to process. So, whatever, some of the things we're already doing in terms of at least some working with schools and the Parks Department. Have done program ads the last 3 years, different programs. Actually, I don't think he knows, but Jane, who's working upstairs tonight, she starting a awards book club, and so they'll meet 3 or 4 times a year. They're, I think, both the books in this past year that discussed, and I think the National Book Award, and also doing so, one of the things we did talk about is at least 3, I should say 3 things that we focused on. One of them, in terms of programming, was we need to think about team programs, really figure out how to get a handle on that and who's going to run them. So we're starting to talk about that more. We talked about program surveys because we're occasionally doing a survey, with patrons to find out how about programs and then sort of see how we're doing programs is effective, where we need to make improvements that way. The other thing that we did talk about was outreach to the homebound. Figure that out yet. That's a little bit more difficult because our staff is limited in terms of the hours that they can do. But those are kind of 3 areas we need to focus on: programs, outreach to homebound, and then I think we occasionally do some program surveys. We haven't done them. Facilities. So I did go ahead and order 19 cylinder track lights. They cost just about $2,100. At the last Friends meeting, I made a request for the Friends to pick up the cost on the $2,100. I didn't see anyone flinch, which was good. So that was good. However, the installation on the lights, the company that I have had come in and check the lights out, they sent me a quote, and the quote was for $2,200, which I thought was a little bit high. And I would say probably there were a couple of friends who were asking me, why is it that high? So I can go with that company. We actually can cover the cost of that. That wouldn't be a problem. I don't know what anybody else thinks. I can certainly look at other electricians or other.
I know you've had trouble finding
Yeah, well,
electricians.
The problem is, yeah, I get one and then suddenly I can't get a hold of them again, or they just don't come back. So I don't know if anybody has a handle on something like that, and whether or not that's reasonable or unreasonable. Swapping out 14, it's basically 14 lights.
That are high up in the.
They're high up.
Yeah, it's not like they're.
They don't have a lot. They don't have any wiring. They do.
No.
Wiring.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems kind of high, but maybe it has to do with the fact that they have to get up on a ladder, like.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Eagle ceiling.
Should have like their within the quote the breakdown of hours expected and what their going rate is.
Sure.
Comparison what the rate is to the other like.
Because they're not paying for the cost of the material, so that's physically
Just
labor. Install, right.
That's it.
A few electricians I can recommend, who I'm sure would love to give you a quote.
Well, it's really the
For install, that's on high. Now you're there.
I'm all ears. I'm open to.
I mean, that's equalist to the five like the south or that, right?
So if anybody has any other companies, I'm always
Yeah, so I think it's kind of find somebody,
It just makes. No, I know
all right.
So, you know, it doesn't surprise me now. I mean, I think it's yeah, I mean, I would at least charge for coming out the 2 times. So,
How long ago did they come out?
a month ago,
Okay, we should have got
yeah. They have,
doesn't mean you're not gonna get one.
he's the nephew of the, building inspector, Oxbridge, and the building inspector at Oxbridge is an electrician, and you've used him before for, if anybody remember when first recess meetings.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one who did all that stuff. Trying to get him, happen, he's the best. For me, business. Fun.
You'll do when this company comes out.
Like sort of dig out and re-asphalting, which is more on the order of $60,000 to $70,000.
That doesn't include the new.
No. Existing parking lot. And to try 6 more spots.
Right.
So it would include digging out, repair, re-asphalting, reconstructing the berms, where there are berms, restriping, handicap spots. What else is being included? But it's the entire existing lot with new addition.
And that's $60,000?
So the two quotes I received so far, I sent one to Jeremy and that was 65.6, I think. And then I just talked to Asphalt Engineering because I went back and itemized the list and I said, if you just pull off the addition with 61,000, I think it's 61,000 something. The quote for. She said yes. So it's surprising because asphalt engineering is expensive. They came in under our show. So the only thing is, if this happens, because it's a certain amount of money, it's all going to go out bid. So, but the companies I've talked to know that. So,
And you already have 2 bids on it, so you probably only have to get 1 more.
and actually what has to happen is we actually have to build and put out the bid documents and then they have to.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. So they have to go through that process. Okay.
Right. I don't know.
So did he say that it's $60,000 worth of increase?
So there are.
So potentially.
But there are other things on the list, but it's like,
He said there were some things where money's coming back. I can read out. I don't necessarily need to want to read the email verbatim, but he said.
They have to, but
Done it myself. Yeah, absolutely.
Check my else, but I think you can do it in 2 weeks or a month.
I think that,
That would be helpful.
that would be helpful.
Yeah.
and this is probably Jeremy's first way. He's familiar with. Okay. Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. I did. They knew that this is what we were looking for. And she said that someone would contact me, and nobody contacted me. And then I called back again. Satisfaction. I'm not saying that you can do that, and at the point where we go through a bid process, maybe Catawba will be interested and want to do it. I don't know. I can keep following.
No, if that's your bad, that's, that's their fault, not, again, I mean, they did my driveway
More chasing, but doesn't necessarily.
5-6 years ago, so it's not like I don't have any ties with them.
So I wanted to get another quote just to kind of take a look and see if it was involved. And they said that, based on the fact that we have a couple already, if it gets for other one, that kind of gives us a pretty good idea. So
If I'm reading this correctly, Mass General Law, 50,000 or less challenge. You have to post notice at least 2 weeks prior before bid. I'm not sure over 50,000. has to be due for a week. This is where it goes. Notified 1 week. They have to be open for these 2 weeks. And then again, you can go to the within a month, you're going to execute the duties that was message.
You just have to, you just have to have a contract agreed upon and the work to be done in the spring.
Yes, right, it doesn't have to be done, it just has to be.
Or whatever, they decide to do it, but it just has to be under contract. Okay.
Let's see. November 28th, and then all of those, so leaves are down Friday, November 9th. And that's a lot of cleaning up the front of the rectory and removal of the poison ivy. But we've done gutters before.
We have gutters?
I mean, I could throw that in and see if
I don't know, is it? You,
I've done it.
our landscaper cleans our gutters.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know if they do gutters, but
Ask them, or we can get another. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I mean, fall is like towards the end of the fall, it's usually a good time to clean out the gutters, right? We usually do it with our fall cleanup and our spring, whatever.
your landscaper does that.
Yeah, but that's just, I mean, my particular, my house is a little bit different. Throwing up a ladder on my house is a little bit different than throwing up a ladder on the library. So, yeah.
At the front of the rectory, I actually got tired of waiting to hear from Deuce about it, so I contacted a friend of mine for like poison ivy remediation. Some different companies contacted me. I actually just spoke with somebody today, and they would take care of the front of the rectory, take care of poison ivy, the breezeway area, window wells.
Yeah, that's good.
So they're gonna come out 23.7% of the budget spent, 24% on salary, 23.4% on operations. I don't have too many concerns at the moment. Building maintenance, which is contractors, building maintenance, is a little higher right now at 42.1%. Keep track of that. And books about 7%. Let's see. Programs a little high. Probably over last year. Don't have concerns there. I think we're currently still at like 15,000 utilities fuel. And at this point, as everybody knows, programs was going well. Let's see. Actually, they actually started other programs. Those only club. Science club through a cultural council grant. So those started recently. And the science club started this, it was the end of this past month. Yeah. Unfortunately couldn't be there, but she seems like a very nice.
Yeah, Alexis had a blast. And it was good for a bunch of ages because Abby, our next door neighbor, is kindergarten age, and Alexis is fourth grade. And
oh, yeah.
So,
great.
Great. That sort of day, kind of set up and seemed very nice. And she had worked over at Uxbridge Public Library before with kids out there. So, maybe research, I'm still a huge attendance. I have been checking parking during those times. Nothing they've been maxed out at all, but usually this whole side section is full. Every so often, the car or two ends up back here. I've been parking back here, or sometimes I park over by the rectory just to kind of keep an eye on how many are. And so far, it's been manageable. But I do know that there are other times we've had events. I think it'll be interesting when we get to Halloween event. There's a Halloween party. There's a Christmas party. It'll be interesting those nights to see what it looks like. Projects will actually the Halloween party, which is on Tuesday, October 29th. Ellen Henry's returning. You're going to see them just coming back November 2nd. It's like 50.
Yeah, so I remember last time
Yeah.
I ended up going out in the parking lot and I got a couple of people to go drive over by the rectory because they were like,
There was no place to go.
park. And so I'll be here for that event, so I can certainly help.
Yeah.
Make sure we get.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's parking.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to do, but we only had like one or two that ended up going over there. But
yeah, she like literally every time she's here, it's 40 to 50 people, if not more.
yeah.
Book clubs are back, graphic novels back, the 8-12 book club, our adult book club, Footnotes book club. I mentioned Jane's Awards book club. We're drowning in book clubs. No, that's a good.
That's fantastic. Like that's.
Yeah. And actually, she's got a 6 to 9 book club as well, which I think starts this next month. Projects, I mentioned Autumn has been doing processing and cataloging. She usually does like 5 to 7 on Wednesday nights. But I think the only area anymore that needs to be needed or at least evaluated is large print. And we'll probably we'll be doing that at some point. But I figured right now is a good time for the processing. I'd like her to learn not just hardcovers, but paperback if possible, audio, that sort of thing. And she seems to really like it, which is great. A thank you to James for the emergency plan. I'm about a third of the way through.
I'm sorry.
It's interesting because you had a section in there, I think, about like locking doors and that sort of thing. And we don't necessarily have that, but I think you just want me to tweak that, correct? As to whatever we
We can delete, like, if there's things that don't apply, please do.
Okay.
You're also my test case.
Yes.
I'm going to be working with our town administrator on getting this type of procedure for each one of our
Oh,
town
good.
elements.
All right.
It's pretty logical.
Yeah.
Even the town hall should have a smart
Yeah.
procedure if something goes wrong, and know what to do. So,
Well,
Definitely.
when we haven't had something, I'll reach out to you about it too, because maybe there's something we need to look into, you know. But then,
I said I'm sorry because it's 30 some odd pages.
I figured that's why I said I'm sorry.
I'm making my way through. I'm a little over third way through. I'm good. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little more time this next week coming back after the holiday, and I should be able to get through it. And then I'll reach out to you and we'll. Cool. Awesome.
I hope it's helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. Town news. I haven't heard anything about World Band and mic setup. I haven't seen them here at all. I know Dan had been in contact, but Lonnie had said he was going to open up a ticket for it, so I will reach back out to him. The state lines and special fund lines are in the library's budget report now. That's great. They report to the Springbrook system. Current amount in state aid is $87,422. No word yet from Representative Murray on the earmark. Assume it's coming at some point. He was the one who said that he would let me know. At the time before, I reached out, and then I checked, we got, well, and I got an email and I backwards and forwards and have not seen any confirmation.
Just got their.
What are they?
It's just 80 bigger than typical. A lot of different sources that, yeah, so
Does that need to be used in the fiscal year?
it
Or
needs
can it roll over, or?
So that to spend it, we have to vote on it. If we don't, it kind of like floats in an unusual way.
Right.
So like, we'll be voting to move it to different ends. I know, like Jeremy's working on a memo. He said his favorite form of communication is a two-page memo, and he so like, it's just, he said he's gonna do one of those for us, like, you have to dig in and see like, where is it going, and then also like, where does it need to go?
Right, and yeah, so, you know, we have some ideas of what to do with it. I think they have, but what qualifies, and what could be, what can be.
I mean, I totally understand. I know, like, historically, like, some of it goes for, like, you know, implementation.
Sure.
I mean, every year, relatively small. So, I know we have a bigger scale project, like, the water, the culvert project, like, Providence Street.
All right, yeah.
It's big. I mean, like, yeah, I think when the damage first happened there, I don't think any of us had any idea like how expensive it would be because you can't just replace it.
Right.
Anyhow, so there are many.
That sounds like he's doing something.
Yeah, he into it, and so, yeah, on the agenda.
Yeah, I'm not,
Cash update, yes. It's on the agenda for Wednesday, so. We'll know more then. But I mean, it's interesting, like, how many books are out there.
Well, if I go to the bus stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to there.
No, we don't want to.
Let Elena finish.
It's interesting, like, it seems like the unexpected free cash is come from multiple sources. There's not one big thing, but a lot of, like, apparently, like, like, there's some sort of fee or taxes that for some reason we're getting a lot this year that in past year, like, we have not yet more places.
Yeah.
So that could be part of it.
It could be, and apparently there was like vehicle excise taxes. There was a big change across the years, and it anyhow, like we'll hear more. But I mean, it's fascinating, but also, I hopefully it's a good thing. And there's part of me that sees it, I'm like, where should that money have gone? And is it like it feels like a windfall?
Just
It does.
curiosity, what's the order of magnitude?
It's
How about this? I bet 100,000 or more than 100,000.
More than
Oh, yeah, it's more than.
Wow.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so this could actually execute good, medium-sized projects. within town.
Yeah, but I mean, we gotta love it, like figuring out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That also explains why it's not something that you as a select board can just say, oh, we're going to $1,000 here, we can sort of, this is some money.
It's a several money that needs to be looked into with detail.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, I mean, it's gonna be,
Okay, so I'm gonna read you, a response. And I can't reach out to you. So, misunderstanding. Please do not hesitate to reach out by phone next week if you'd like to discuss this further another way. And she asked, was there more than one bus would be able to stop at the library? I said, because it was more sort of like, okay, I get it. But then Katrina followed up and she wrote, she said the new bus service from Bristol and Katrina to the Taft fiber will not be advertised as it has the potential to cause a lot of chaos and confusion and dismissal. With permission slips to be checked, combined with limited seats on the M4 bus. The service can also only be offered on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, as the library is closed and school finishes on Monday, Thursday. I get that. In other words, the service has quietly arrived. She said she thought it made sense and so on. That's all I have for you.
To begin with.
Well, that's what I'm like, and so I've talked to people who are connected to the schools, and those individuals have said to me that they haven't seen anything about this anywhere. And so if nobody knows about it, nobody uses it.
Yeah.
It's a quiet rollout. So quiet that I anticipate
It's been now.
no one will use it.
Is there a way we could just slightly? This is a big question. So usually this has to do with contractual arrangements, teachers, process of
To make sure they get any kind of. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to think what I used to work Awesome. I don't know if there's anything.
Yeah, or I can even just check the recording.
Oh, okay. I should do that. But that's a small, that's a whole, that's a smaller number. So it costs 400 to come by, then whatever it is the allocated cost for those extras.
But you're only
I'm sure we're
talking,
both gonna be talking to them.
Well, and the other thing that is that we had a.
And, James is about to burst.
At our library, the bus stopped and students got off all the time. I mean, like, not all the time, but enough that we would have maybe 2 or 3 students a week.
this isn't something brand new that's never been done in town.
No, I don't think so.
So, so we drop the kids off,
Mhm.
how do they get home?
Well,
They have to make the arrangement.
Yeah, they're being-
That's why there's the permission.
Yeah.
I guess that's why.
So maybe there is a permission slip on the library website that parents can access. Parents have to give their child, high school or not, permission to take the bus to the library. Because in my opinion, even though you're a high schooler, and I know that they don't like monitor high schoolers and how they get on the buses or how they go up to their cars or whatever, they're allowed to just kind of walk out if they're dismissed during the day. I mean, they have to check in with the office if they're dismissed or whatever. But if it was my child, even if he was a senior and he was going to the library school, way out there, I would want to know that I can't was going to the library and taking the bus to the library. Not all parents don't like that, but that's why I would be. However, they set it up, that they have permission slip, we can make two, you're not gonna get 10 kids at a time.
You're gonna need 2 or 3.
Unless you had a major event, you're not gonna get.
They're working on a project, maybe you get 4 or 5 kids. That's, I
Right.
would think. I just don't think it's gonna be
Well, in any case,
10 or 15 kids.
if the library can do something like provide permission slip and all that, limit the number of visits, get permission slip for the bus. I still have. Do what I'm saying?
Is it just the high school or is it's both schools?
Well, it was, I was asking for.
Okay, so it's both, but,
I really don't know what their problem is yet, so.
right. Go ahead, James.
So let's look at this, because the eternal optimist over here, we still have a win. We still have an approval that says we can do it. Even if it's a silent rollout, we still won. Hey, let's take the victory.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, you're right.
And in weird worlds, sometimes the planning to execute takes longer than that approval. So, maybe we look at potentially this next year, I know it seems silly, but this next year saying, how do we work out those bucks? So instead of necessarily saying, where's our rollout going to be like next month?
Right.
Let's say, okay, cool. We hear you because they have valid points.
They do.
We hear you. So let's build this out together. And they own it too. It's not just us who own it. So
Find out a little bit more about what Kim is talking about there. And then if there's some sort of problem that she can clearly articulate.
Right.
Figure out how to overcome that. Keep on going.
So typically when I worked at Misco, if a kid was going on a different bus, then they had to come and get a bus pass. They must have had to have a note of a parent. I would assume at Misco you had to have a note of a parent. So they would come and get a bus pass and you would give the kid the bus, the kid to get the bus pass to the bus.
I would already process there.
I think the kid gets the bus pass to the bus driver, and the bus driver must have an idea of how many kids are expected to come on that bus.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next up? I reached out to her again.
No, you got the no. Could you send it in?
Good. I can send you Katrina's response or what she.
Yeah, that involves it, yeah.
I think you got forward. That's the next week. Oh, okay.
The only other thing I have is, state aid financial report is done. Yeah. We'll sign off on that, Lisa. I'll try to do that again this year, and that's it. That's featured in 9 years at this point. Good.
Let's see.
A municipal appropriation requirement, the town, budget for the library was 32,995. It needed to be 308,431. So that was exceeded, which is great. Materials expenditure requirement, 72,000, a little over on materials, for your circulating materials, and request is 61,600. So that's good. And we are still, of course, over the required number of hours. So, yeah. I don't have too much on that. As I said, utilities fuel has about 15.6 in there. I already mentioned the two areas or two lines that I'm focused on: building maintenance and books. Contracted services, there's still quite a bit in that line. There's still quite a bit in the supplies line. I don't have any reservations about the programming line, because there's a fair amount left there as well. So I think all in all, not too bad. And it's close to where we should be at this point in terms of the expenditure for the budget. Elena, quick question for you. There was a COLA increase. Is that, is that voted on the town, the November meeting?
So,
Because when I saw the budget, it's clearly not that.
right, so, I mean, I think the select board voted on the COLA amounts. I think it wasn't like that annual town meeting. I think
Yeah.
I think that was, the budget included this lump of money reserve negotiation that went into a lot of different salary negotiations. So was.
My question is, when I calculated the budget figure, it was for 2%.
Right.
So that's salaries line.
For next, yeah, for
For
next year.
Will be for this fiscal.
So that would be, I think, a Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna.
I mean, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I mean, it's a good ball for that. So, yeah, I mean, the reason we're that is that for a couple of reasons. One is we have volunteers. We have for the summer as far as vacation goes or illness or whatever. So, you see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Exactly, and then it doubled.
Yeah.
Yeah, which. place. And about that is the back in my contract, space, from the front to the back of, contract. You can see too, you can quote and see the issues with that, so I think we're okay. Yeah, I mean, they had adding 6 points there.
And goals.
We talked about that with the staff, of course, and certain things we're going to do. I don't know if anybody had anything additional in terms of the 3 people. And I know the one time, I don't know if one of these times you want to just start sort of methodically going through again, seeing where we're at with them. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I have it here.
We've done it. We did it a couple of months ago. I think much has changed since then, so it's probably not worth doing it now.
By staffing, by operations, by outreach.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I said, and it's, let's see, what are we in FY24, so there's still 3 more years of this after this year, so.
Maybe one of those things that's good to re-look at it again, to say, okay, here's what our goals are gonna be for 25. And then, and then at the end of the year, okay, do we meet those goals? Why not? There could be other reasons. Now we're gonna move it to whatever, and then, kind of look at it like that.
Yeah, like the policy is, we, Mary Bernie and I went through, and I said, well, let's figure out what years, tasks should be tackled. So between this year and next year, we're here for policies. Which is excellent. Let you know. We set up
smart cycle. To keep ourselves honest, give advice on each policy. That's awesome.
Because it's small town, other ways we can expand positions. Eventually, at some point, it would be nice to be able to do that. The children's library, that would be nice to be able to do that with an adult service, which we did. Right. That part of my health too. Yeah. I mean, is that And like I said, they'll, at least for the, I don't know, if they want to have it here. We can make no, yeah. At some point,
It's not. No. So that is our last meeting. Yeah, I'm with the thing we can just start. So it's good.
So you looks like that plan for the change in December's behavior.
Do you want to do that now too? Well, we. That.